Okay guys, last video of the day, Chainsaw 1, episode 10? Is it 10? Yeah, episode 10. We had the fallout of what happened yesterday. We have Denji meeting his new teacher. We have Aki and his emotions. Let's just get straight into it. Like, comment and subscribe, and yeah, let's just start reviewing. So we have Aki. He's waking up in his hospital room, where he has Denji and Power just sitting next to him reading a manga. Denji eating Aki's fruit. Like, I was gonna say a swear word, but it's too early in the video. And Denji and Power, they start to have an argument over an apple, even though there's a whole basket on the side. So you know how that is. And Aki, he doesn't care. He asks about Division 4 and who survived. And they say it was only Makoda, I think his name was, and Kobeni. And then he says that Makoda left, and we don't know about Kobeni. And so Power and Denji leave. Power was only there for the food. And during this time, Aki uses the sword to check how long he has left. And the curse tells him you have about 2 years. Now that we know that this sword is used at a cost, and the cost is your lifespan. It takes years off your life. So the question is, how many times did Aki use this sword where you only had 2 years left to live? But Aki, he doesn't seem to care. He doesn't seem to be like, ah, shit, really? Wow, he knew that this was coming. And so he attempts to smoke a cigarette, and he ends up breaking down because him and Himeno used to smoke a lot. Himeno was the one who got Aki into smoking. And so he just breaks down. He cries because this was like the closest thing he had to a friend in the division. Denji, he's outside, he's listening, but he doesn't go in and comfort him, make sure he's okay. He just walks away. He's like, it's sad. It's sad, you know. He isn't crying about Himeno. He questions why he isn't crying, because Himeno was the only one treating him with any type of respect. And he even questions if Power was to die, would he cry? If Miss Makima was to die, he said he'd feel bad, but then he'll just go back to what he was doing before. And this makes him wonder, how much of a devil has he become to where his feelings don't really affect him anymore. So I'm just wondering if it's that, or if it's how he was raised, having to pay off that debt from such a young age. But he hates to think about this. He just wants to enjoy his life. So he takes Power and they go to look for Miss Makima. Kuro's and Tendo, they're the two division members from Kyoto who arrives with Miss Makima. They arrive in the hospital room and tell them, look, we are here to look after you, to coach you on, what's what looking for, as asked by Miss Makima. And so let's see, how should I do this? We'll finish up the hospital scene and then we'll go back. So they ask Aki to try summon the fox devil, but it doesn't appear. And Tendo explains that the fox devil is most likely angry with you for having it eat too much. And so it probably won't work for you anymore. The contract is done. He's not coming back. And so now Aki is without a devil contract. Most people within public safety have a devil contract. That's how it works. And so he says, look, we could get you another contract, possibly with a stronger devil, but I feel like you should just go private, we know about the sword that you have. You probably used too much of its lifespan. Let's just go get you private and you can live comfortably. I don't see why you have to come back. But Aki's like, no, the people who killed my friends are still out there and I have to deal with them. That's my responsibility, what I have to do. And so they walk out, they say, when you're better, we'll deal with that then. And then a lady enters the room, and we don't find out till later who this lady is. But you can tell by Aki's face, he is shocked. Absolutely shocked. So that's it for like the hospital scenes. I thought it'd be better to do it that way in terms of, you know, just continuity, and it's better for the fleshing of the episode. But yeah, that's the way it is. 1 second, you guys. Sorry, this illness is kicking my ass. At the graveyard, Miss Makima, she's discussing the recent events, and it's clear to say that someone is after Denji's heart. And the fact that they kept losing, that people have died, him and Power need to get stronger. So she's taking them to the best person she knows. And before we even know this person's name, he asks them some questions. How do you feel about your comrade's death? Do you want revenge? Whose side are they on? And the answers they give are just like, I feel bad, I guess. I don't really want revenge. That's not really my thing. And whoever benefits them the most. Whoever comes out on top, that's who I want to be on their side. And this actually impresses the teacher, because this is the same teacher that told Himeno, look, we need crazy people, because crazy people don't think rationally, and these are the ones that's going to get the job done at the end of the day. And so he's impressed. He tells Miss Makima, let's not wait, let's just start training now. And so Miss Makima leaves, and he approaches them, and he puts his arms around them. You know, like you meet your two friends and you put their arms around each other, and he says, look, you can call me teacher, because I love being called teacher. I also love, 1 second, sorry about that. He says that he loves booze, women, and killing devils, before he proceeds to break their necks using just his arms. Just his arms. And they're just like on the floor, they're just like they can't move. And he explains that your physiology is the same as humans. However, if I just give you some of this blood here, and he does, you heal up right as rain. And so he explains that he is the strongest devil hunter they have at the moment. And he's used to training humans. He doesn't know how he's going to train Denji and Power until an idea pops up into his head. He says, I'm just going to keep hunting you. I'm going to keep hunting you until you beat me. Because if you beat me, the strongest devil hunter, you should be fine. And at first, Denji and Power are just like, what? What type of foolishness is this? But the teacher moves to them, and Denji and Power, they're like, cool, let's go. And bro, they were not ready. This guy dodges an attack from Denji, stabs him quick time 4 times in his shoulder, and then stabs him straight in the head. The blade, the tip of the blade is poking out of his skull. Power comes in trying to do the same. Nope. Throat cut. The teacher explains that when he was younger, he was always strong. Too strong. He used to break his toys growing up. He always wanted toys that he could, last. And this is how he sees Denji and Power. You are toys that I can play with, because I could just give you some blood and you'll be right as rain. And so this is the training method he's going through. It's some savage shit. As I said before, this is similar to Retsu vs Kenpachi just recently ended the other day. So you can see the similarities between that, but this is just absolute savageness. And this goes on for quite a while. The teacher finishes up for the day and he just walks off. He's like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now. Denji collapses, but his brain is still healing So he's still like making the chainsaw noises with his mouth. So Power has to like sort of wake him up to realize where he is. So Denji asks, how many times did he die today? And then Power answers, 20 times. He killed Denji 20 times today. But keep in mind, he's also been killing Power. So in the gaps between consciousness and unconsciousness, that number could be higher. And so they're walking away and Denji is pissed. He just wanted an easy life. But with this teacher guy, he's not going to stop killing him until they beat him. And so Power, she comes up with this brilliant idea. Absolute high IQ idea. She drinks all the time. So if we're able to outthink this drunk guy, we should beat him and he will leave us alone. And then she's like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, let's go home. Let's come up with a plan. And so the next day, they're both wearing glasses because they think they're smarter. And they lay an ambush. The teacher arrives and he's about to open the door. But then Power creates a blood spear and throws it at the door. But the teacher somehow dodges it just right. Dodges it just in the nick of time. Narrowly avoiding it. He's like, wow, good, this is very good. On a level just above the teacher, right? Power has these bottles filled with blood. And she uses her ability to create spears from them to poke from the top and attack the teacher. But the teacher, this guy is just, he swings out the way and he starts punching and kicking all the spears. All of them. Denji drops down, axe in hand, and is ready to chop the teacher. But he dodges it by kicking Denji with this beautiful Sanji-like rotating kick, knocking him out. And the teacher goes, look, I'm impressed. This was a very good, very valuable attempt. Well done. However, the reason why you two lost is because, one, Power becomes anemic when she uses too much blood. And Denji, you just did not see my attack coming. So you can see he's actually teaching them. It's one thing to be hunting them, but he's actually like telling them, look, you need to handle this way, or okay, you need to keep this in mind. But I'm glad to see that you two are using your heads, so it's very good. He says, look, I'm gonna go drink it. Bye-bye. He leaves, quotation marks, leaves. And Denji, he starts to get up, but gets a knife in the head, and it's the teacher. The teacher said, why would you believe me? I'm hunting you. I need you with your guard down. And so that's the last we see of them two. It's a great scene. It's a great little attempt by Denji and Power. Something to keep in mind is the fact that this teacher seems to be incredibly strong. I don't know if it's just like just through training, if he was just born differently, maybe he has some type of contract. What type of contract would that be? I don't know. Okay, last scene of the anime. Aki, Kuros, and Tendo have arrived at the detention facility for devils, so he could get a new contract with a new devil. And so Tendo asks about the woman in the room. Who was she? And Aki says it was Himeno's younger sister, who dropped off some letters that Himeno has sent over the years. And it reveals that she has been trying to get Aki to leave this entire time. Because we know Himeno caught feelings for Aki. We know this. But Aki didn't realize that this entire time she was trying to get him to leave because she had feelings and wanted him to survive. And so they bring him to this cell and tells him, look, this is the future devil. He has contracts with two other devils. One of them sacrificed half their lifespan. The other one gave up their sight, smell, and taste. And he enters the cell with just one eye perished straight at him. And that's where it ends. Some leaving notes. The future devil. How powerful can it be? I think pretty powerful. I think everyone's scared of what the future will hold. I think everyone's scared of the past. I think everyone's scared of the present. So I think that's a powerful line of devils to have there. What will Aki have to sacrifice in order to form a contract? He only has 2 years left, so half the lifespan is like a year. He used to give his fingernails to the fox devil because they just regrow. So what will he have to sacrifice? We'll just have to wait and see. I'm the Loudmouth Canadian. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.